So I've got this loop that I've created in Audition on my After Effects timeline, and I thought I'd do some very simple animation in response to that sound. It's kind of get you thinking about animating to the sound and how sound and vision can work together. It's going to be very simple animation, and I'm going to start with a shape layer. I'm just going to draw a square on my canvas and very quickly get it centered, and I might also change its size to something quite small. Okay, so let's just remember the sound that we're working with, the loop that we've got, and I'll just hit spacebar to play that. So basically a kind of a beat-driven soundtrack there. There is a method of adding markers to our timeline that makes it nice and easy to keyframe to. So what we'll do is we'll play through the timeline, and we'll actually record markers into the timeline as the music is playing. We'll do that by using the keyboard shortcut Control-8. So as the music's playing, I'm going to drop keyframes down, and I'm going to use the beat as a kind of an indicator of where I want keyframes, where I want markers, and then I'm going to keyframe to those markers. Okay, so let me play it through, and I might let it loop the first time around. And so I've dropped down all those markers onto the timeline there. I had to make sure that I didn't have any of my assets selected, because you can actually add markers to assets. And I used the option, the Control and the number 8 key on the keyboard to drop those markers down. Now I'll just have a quick look at our waveform here, and you'll see that a lot of these kind of match up with attributes of the waveforms, and I think I was listening to the snare drums quite a lot there, and I might make a few adjustments, based on what I can see there in the timeline. I might add another one right here, Control-8. And that's looking good. Maybe we'll fix this one up here. So now I've got a kind of a skeleton that I can animate to. So I'm going to start off by introducing the square at this point. And because I've kind of matched that, I can get it to come in at exactly the right time. Now I'm going to just edit one property of this square, and it's going to be the scale property down here. So at this point, I'm going to add a keyframe right on that marker, and I'm going to change the keyframe to toggle hold keyframe. So that means there's going to be no tween between the keyframes. It's going to oops, so I've got to add one here. And then I'll alter that one. Okay. So there's no tween. It will just change that value as it moves across that keyframe. That's a toggle hold keyframe. You can see it's got a slightly different kind of icon. So I'm going to move through the timeline here and just make some kind of fun changes based on where those keyframes are. We'll kind of see how it looks. About something like that. And obviously I could make some adjustments there. I might have a look at that waveform. See, I'm just deleting a couple of markers here, right clicking on them. It looks like I'm going all the way on every snare. Which I reckon will be quite good. Alright, so that is animating to some music, using the waveform as a guide and adding markers to my timeline so that I can easily position my keyframes.